I'm going to go through 10 common creatine myths in less than 10 minutes. If you're someone like me, you might want to show this video to your parents to convince them to let you get creatine. I've been there. The truth is, creatine is one of the most studied and researched sports and fitness supplements out there. My name is Scar, and I'll be telling you everything you want to know about creatine. Myth number 1, creatine is a steroid. Simply put, creatine is not a steroid. That's what my mom thought. Creatine is a naturally occurring compound made by your liver and kidney. It is also found in fish and other meat. Throughout the duration of this video, you will see exactly what the National Institutes of Health have to say about creatine. For example, they say, while performance outcomes of anabolic steroids and creatine can be similar, their mechanisms of action and legal categorization are not. Myth number 2, creatine is dangerous for those under 18. There isn't a surplus of evidence for creatine users under the age of 18. However, as of 2020, the FDA now recognizes creatine as safe, meaning it is safe for the general public, assuming you are not an infant, young child, or someone with a pre-existing condition. Myth number 3, creatine causes liver and kidney damage. The origin of this myth is unknown, but it's pretty widespread. With multitudes of tests, creatine has proven again and again to be safe and not harmful to the kidney or liver. The origin of this myth is likely to have came from someone who had a pre-existing liver or kidney condition in which the creatine made it worse. However, in a healthy individual, creatine is completely safe. Myth number 4, creatine makes you fat. When you first start taking creatine, your body weight may increase by up to 3%, but this is not fat, but rather water weight. Your muscles will store more water when you take creatine, meaning that your muscles may appear larger. Some of the reasons why I started taking creatine were to increase in size. Any size that you gain while on creatine is either water weight or muscle, and any weight that you lose while taking creatine will be fat. Creatine has actually been proven to help with fat reduction. Myth number 5, creatine causes dehydration and muscle cramping. The opposite is actually true. Creatine hydrates the body by allowing it to store more water. As for muscle cramping, in my personal experience, I have had my muscle cramped a couple of times throughout the night, but nothing that made me sure that it was related to creatine. In addition to that, there have been no experiments or anything that relates creatine to muscle cramping. Myth number 6, creatine causes digestive problems. Some people may experience digestive problems if you are exceeding the recommended dosage of creatine per day. The recommended amount is 5 grams, and if you are a healthy individual, taking that amount will not hurt your digestive system at all. Myth number 7, creatine causes hair loss. Get ready for this one because there's some substance behind it. There was an experiment done on college-age rugby players where half of them took creatine and the other half did not. The ones that did take creatine found to have increased DHT levels, which is linked to causing hair loss and baldness. However, their DHT levels were still within the clinically normal limits. It's just that they were statistically significant compared to the users that did not take creatine. There is good news because 12 studies have been done since then which find no connection between creatine and baldness or hair loss. Some people think that it was just a coincidence, and other people think that the creatine may have been contaminated, but either way, the 12 experiments showing that creatine has no effect on hair loss is good enough for me, and I don't think I'm losing my hair. Myth number 8, creatine is only effective for short-term gains. The short-term gains of creatine is the fact that you'll gain weight, you will retain more water, and your muscles will appear larger. The long-lasting effects of creatine is the fact that it gives you more energy while under high-intensity resistance training, allowing you to perform extraordinarily better in the gym, allowing you to push for that extra rep, and allowing you to go longer in the gym, which will yield better results in the long run. Myth number 9, you must do a loading phase for creatine. There are 2 ways to take creatine. One is to have a week-long period where you take 20 to 25 grams of creatine and then go on a maintenance period for 5 grams a day. The other way is just to simply take 5 grams a day and just roll with it. The only reason I would recommend you to take a loading phase is if you are in need of the benefits of creatine immediately, like within 1 week. Otherwise, what I did, and what I believe that you guys should do too, is just to take 5 grams a day and just go with that for about 3 weeks, and then you'll be caught up to what would have happened if you would have done a loading phase for 1 week. Basically, the only side effects of creatine is when you take it in high doses, and I wouldn't want to risk it. Even though loading phase is still safe, I just personally wouldn't want to chance it, so stick to 5 grams a day. Myth number 10, creatine is a banned substance for athletes. Creatine is not a banned substance in any sports or any athletic organizations in the US. In fact, about 50% of NCAA Division I athletes have claimed to take creatine. The number is similar for those in the NFL, and I'm assuming it is similar for athletes all around at a professional level. Bonus myth number 11, creatine is healthy for brain cognition. This one isn't a myth. Creatine is actually prescribed to people who suffer from brain disorders, neuromuscular conditions, heart congestive failure, and other conditions, according to Mayo Clinic. I have linked in the description a document that goes over everything I've just talked about, so if you want to share it with your friends, show it to your mom or whatever, keep it later for notes, go right ahead. It is right there, Google Doc in the description. This is my first time making a fitness video like this, so feedback is appreciated. I plan to do a lot more. I absolutely love doing this. I love making content, and I love fitness, so make sure you guys leave a follow on my socials. And then if you guys really did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.